Previously on Star Trek Morningstar.
But wouldn't that put a very large stain on your Starfleet record?
Well, lucky for the captain, he doesn't have to worry about that.
James?
Thank you for putting up with me today. Can I hug you?
Sure. Is that better?
Much. Can you stay then? For a bit?
As long as you need.
When I was there, everything seemed okay. I know Dad wasn't thrilled to see me, but he did show some decency and didn't chastise me. But then I left, and that was that. I didn't think my lifestyle was that much of an issue. I know they don't like that I'm exploring Vatosh Couture, but I never thought I would get kicked out for it. And Michael, I just want you to know that you will always have a special place in my heart.
Same here. Captain's log stardate 25110303.14. The Morningstar is on its way to try and evacuate the population of Nimbra V after Federation satellites picked up a level 8 plasma storm inbound. The only trouble is the Nimbrans think that their orbital weather and defense grid is strong enough to withstand it. Because of that, they refuse to evacuate. End log. Come.
Hey, how are you? What's that music?
That, my Vulcan Angel, is the sound of something that unfortunately has been losing popularity over the last couple of centuries. It's called a sea shanty. No one has been able to identify exactly when it originates from, but it first emerged around the 19th century and was used as work songs on old wooden ocean boats. So someone would start singing one of these songs and it would give the people working on deck a steady beat to work to. As time passed on, they became not just work songs, but songs that people sang just for the fun of it. And they were sung by a lot of folk music bands. For example, I can name one of many great folk bands that sung this sort of stuff, that one being the Longest Johns. The music playing is from a playlist of sea shanty music I had the computer put together. The one you heard when you came in was a song called Wellerman, and the one you're hearing now is called Wayfaring Stranger.
It's surprisingly very nice. I mean, given the time we're in, where we have these electronically made songs with heavy beats to them, I think I noticed that the Wellerman song, that it didn't seem to have any instruments in it.
A lot of those songs didn't. A lot of them are purely a cappella songs.
I like it. In an odd way, it's very calming.
Yeah, it is.
So, apart from listening to some very nice old music, how you doing?
Well, let's see. Still trying to recover from what happened last week with Jennifer. Trying to understand James's point of view, and trying to understand why Starfleet picked me for this mission.
Well, I'm not surprised you're still thinking about what Jennifer did. She hit you where it hurt. I wasn't expecting you to get over it very quickly.
True. That's not something I was going to forget overnight.
And I can give you a reason why Starfleet chose you for this mission.
I'm listening. Go on.
It's because you're very persuasive.
Really? You think I'm that persuasive?
I mean, you did get me to be in a relationship with you. If that's not persuasion, then I don't know what is.
True.
Although I have heard how stubborn the Nimbrans can be, and getting them to leave seems a bit of a tall order.
I know. I'll figure something out. I just hope I can figure it out soon enough.
You will. I'm sure of it.
Thanks. I love you.
I love you too.
Captain on the bridge.
Ah, sir. There's something I've been meaning to discuss with you. Last week, internal sensors detected some unauthorized transports coming from your quarters.
When?
2130 hours last Tuesday, sir. The day that some of us were being reassigned to other ships.
Oh, no need to worry. False alarm, Lieutenant Commander. It was just a heated situation between myself, my sister's boyfriend, and an old friend of mine.
Okay, but if you don't mind me asking, for security reasons, what happened last week?
Jennifer's boyfriend, I couldn't contain, tried to blackmail me into helping him in a plot of his. But my old friend, who is a member of Section 31, and therefore shall not be named, intervened and sent him on his way.
What was the blackmail?
He threatened to have you assassinated if I didn't help him, but I...
Wait, what? And you were going to tell me this when?
Well, I'd hoped I wouldn't have to tell you.
Oh, all right. I see how it is.
Captain, we are arriving at Nimbra V.
And we're being hailed by the Overseer, sir.
The timing could not be better. On screen. Overseer Donarek, this is Captain Micheal Hunter of the Starship Morningstar.
Hello, Captain, and welcome to Nimbra V. We're happy to have you here as honored guests. Even if the reason you're here isn't very necessary, we'll still want to cooperate and help in any way we can. We have sent you the transport coordinates, so feel free to transport to the surface at your discretion. But do let us know when you're coming down. I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you. As do I. Morningstar out.
Something tells me they'll only cooperate so much. Starfleet has already tried to get them to leave the planet plenty of times. What makes them think this time will be any different?
I don't know. Maybe it's because Vanna knows I don't always do things in a straightforward way.
Well, I hope she's right.
She is. I've got a plan.
Really? What are you going to do?
These people clearly have no intention to leave anytime soon. So instead of wasting time trying to get them to leave, we'll see if we can upgrade their defense grid. Getting them to leave will be a last resort.
Well, go you then, I guess.
Thank you. Clementine, how long until the storm arrives?
5 days, sir.
Okay, plenty of time. Okay, Senaf, how long will it take for Starfleet to get any number of transports here?
Well, prepping the right amount of transport ships would take about 2 days. Then getting them here, another 2. So, if they were notified in about 3 hours, they could probably get here with 1 day to spare. I mean, yes, it would be very inconvenient for them to bring them, and then they're not needed. But I think for this situation, it would be better to have them and not need them than need them and not have them.
Good point. But wouldn't Starfleet already have the transports prepped?
I was thinking of a worst case scenario based situation, just to get the odds in our favor.
Well done, Ensign. Very good thinking. Jason, contact Starfleet and tell them to get as many transport ships needed for an evacuation to Nimbra V ASAP.
On it, sir.
Right, I'm gonna head down now. Uno, you have the Morningstar. Vico, Clementine, head to Transporter Room 1. You're with me. Hunter to Stella. We're heading down to assess the situation of the Nimbran's defense grid. Meet us in Transporter Room 1.
On my way.
Captain, welcome to Nimbra V. I am Timmet, the Assistant Overseer. If you'll follow me, I'll take you to the Overseer.
Lead the way.
Enter.
Your Honor, our Starfleet guests.
Well, thank you, Timmet. It's good to finally meet you, Captain. I've heard a lot about you and your crew.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Would you like to introduce your officers?
Yes, of course. On my right is my Chief Engineer, Lieutenant Micheal Stella, and my Chief Science Officer, Commander Clementine Zakrill, and on my left is my Chief of Security, Lieutenant Commander Vico Tabry.
A privilege to meet you all. Now, on to the matter of why you're here. If you're going to try and get us to leave, then you might as well go, because nothing is going to...
Actually, despite the orders I've been given, we're going to do what we can to improve your orbital defense grid. But if, in 5 days' time, that grid isn't ready for whatever reason, You will be evacuated.
I see. Well, thank you for at least trying. It seems only right to accept your help with the evacuation.
Sir, getting the people to leave isn't going to be easy.
I know. If it has to be done, it will be.
Well, let's just see if we can't get that orbital grid up to spec first.
Indeed. If your engineer and science officers follow Timmet, he'll take you to the orbital grid command.
Yes, sir. This way, please.
Captain's log supplemental. Whilst Micheal and Clementine work on upgrading the orbital defense grid, myself and Vico are with Overseer Donrick discussing our mission.
I just want to say thank you again. I'm glad that there was another solution to consider other than evacuating us.
That's quite alright.
I just wonder why Starfleet didn't think of that.
Well, not to be rude, Your Honor, but...
Oh, please. Call me Donrick.
Not to be rude, Donrick, but you're not one of Starfleet's greatest concerns right now. Starfleet currently has its hands full with helping out the Klingons with the aftermath of their civil war, which I think is why they sent me here. I think maybe they thought I'd be able to think of other solutions.
I see. Are you okay, Captain?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Because your face and tone say otherwise?
I'm just having some problems with a relationship of mine.
Would you like to tell me? If that's not too personal.
Something dangerous almost happened to my girlfriend last week that at the time she wasn't aware of. I didn't tell her because I didn't want to needlessly worry her, but she recently found out and now she's pissed.
Technically, it was my fault.
No, it wasn't.
If I hadn't asked what happened, or at least asked in private, then she wouldn't have found out.
No, you were just doing your job. It was my fault because I was stupid enough to think that she wouldn't eventually somehow find out. I should have told her. I wish.
Welcome to OGC, Orbital Grid...
Orbital Grid Command. Yeah, I guessed. I have a fondness for abbreviations.
Right. Where would you like to visit first?
Where's the power generator for the grid?
Right this way. This is one of 10 rooms which enables access to the grid's internal systems.
Thank you. We should be okay here.
Let's see what we were dealing with then. While I find an access panel, could you take a general scan just so we can get an idea of how this place works?
Sure thing. I'm curious. Do you like me?
What? Yeah, of course I like you. Why would you ask that?
No, I mean, do you like me?
Oh, you mean like?
Yes.
There is a certain aspect that is very unique that I find enticing.
It wouldn't have anything to do with the fact that I'm a robot, would it?
Everyone has a kink they'd rather not discuss with others. Let's just leave it at that.
Right.
Why do you ask?
Before our talk a few weeks back, we hadn't really talked much. And then, all of a sudden, we're talking more.
What can I say? It's nice to be around you.
Thanks. It's nice to be around you, too.
Thanks. Ah, here we go. There's an access panel. Okay, then. So far, so good. We can replace all of these with spares from the Morningstar. Yep, upgrading this shouldn't be a problem. Hang on.
Something wrong?
Upgrading the grid is going to be harder than we thought.
Why's that?
Because by Federation standards, the generator that powers the grid is out of date. We can quite easily upgrade the components, but the generator itself isn't pumping out enough power to run the upgrade. If we do upgrade this, then we'll have to find a way to increase that generator's output.
Well, that's not at all surprising. The grid was built with leftover parts from other projects.
Our civilization was growing faster than our scientists, engineers, and so on could develop new technologies.
Do you know of any sources that can produce more power?
Well, there is the energy core in the northern hemisphere.
But
it powers a homeless shelter. We could shunt some of that energy up to OGC, but it would cause disruptions on the surface.
Micheal, by Federation standards, what class or level is the current generator? And if Nimbra was hit by the storm, how bad would it be?
Do you remember, sir, about a year ago, the plasma storm that hit Penrith Prime?
Yes, I do. The planet was almost decimated.
Well, that storm was the same as the one we're dealing with here now. Now, in Penrith's defense grid was a level 4 defense grid, and as you mentioned, the planet was almost destroyed. From the look of things, Nimbra has a level 3 defense grid.
Bollocks.
I have an idea, Lieutenant, if I may.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you. So, whilst you lot have been away, I've been doing sensor scans for things that could be of use to us. An hour ago, I found this. It's on the other side of the planet and is by far the biggest source of power on the planet.
Holy shit, that's perfect. Sir, if we linked that power source to the command station, we'll have more than enough power to run the upgrades.
Can we use it?
Yes, I don't see why not.
Brilliant. In that case, Micheal, Clementine, tomorrow you go with the Overseer and find out how to link that generator up. Now, if everyone could leave, myself and Commander Uno need to have a talk. Computer, erect a level 1 force field around the lower bridge section and soundproof it.
That's a little overkill, don't you think?
Uno, listen to me. I'm sorry. Alright? I'm sorry. If it makes it any better, when I made the decision, I was only thinking of you. You should know that I never want you to be sad or worried.
You know, I know we've known each other for many years, but that is the first time you've shown me just how much you care about me.
Well, I don't think I could ever really put into words just how much I love you. Because I love you a lot. I love you to Andromeda and back. I only want you to be safe and happy. That's all I care about.
Okay. Apology accepted.
Thank you.
And I do see where you're coming from, and for that, I thank you. I think I lashed out because of the shock, you know? But you do understand why I lashed out, right?
I do.
Good. But next time, I don't care what happens. I want you to tell me everything. Okay?
Crystal clear.
So, how much danger was I in then?
Well, Agron had 5 hitmen on the Morningstar ready to pick you off, but Garner, my old friend, had agents ready to take out those hitmen, so I'm not too sure.
Oh, so there was a sort of Mexican standoff situation.
Something like that, yeah.
Mike? Behind you?
Oh! Computer! Lower force field. Sorry about that, Senaf.
Not to worry, sir. I just wanted to say we've heard back from command.
What did they say? What's the situation of the transport ships?
Yeah, it turns out that several ships, not a lot, but quite a few ships are experiencing malfunctions and won't be able to assist. Provided everything else goes smoothly, we should get about 350 ships out of the 500 that were originally planned for.
That's not too bad, is it?
Shouldn't be. Are there any available starships nearby who could lend a hand?
Well, there are 3 in the comms range. Starships Watchdog, Interceptor, and Venture. But the only one worth coming and getting here in time is the Interceptor.
Okay, get Jason to signal the Interceptor, and tell them to get here ASAP.
Aye, sir.
Captain's log, stardate 25110204.09. Whilst I give my morning report to Starfleet, Commanders Krill and Lieutenant Stella are on the surface taking a look at the generator that Uno discovered.
Oh my god, this place is enormous. Is this some sort of industrial site?
That was the plan. But then we ran low on materials, and there were other things that needed more attention, so we had to abandon it. Things we could have made here.
I'll say. If my tricorder is correct, we should be about 50 meters away.
That's right.
Okay, then we turn left here and... Jesus Christ! That's fucking huge! Well, by the looks of things, Una wasn't lying.
Shit. Have you seen the tricorder readings from that thing?
No.
Here, look.
Bloody hell, how much power?
Well, step 1, find the power cord done. Now step 2, how to connect it to the command station.
Over here. This console displays the relay system that links the core to different areas of the planet.
And I assume this is the lift that connects Orbital Grid Command to the surface?
Correct.
Okay, so that's the theoretical side of step 2 done. Now for the practical side.
Morningstar to Micheal and Clementine.
Clementine here.
Clementine, I'm currently on comms with Command, and I want to know what the situation is with the power core.
We have identified a theoretical possible method of transferring the energy up to the station. Stella is currently looking deeper into the system to try and make it a reality.
Understood. Keep me apprised of your progress.
Will do. Clementine out.
See? Like I told you, everything is under control.
Yes, but that still doesn't excuse the fact that you made an already difficult situation worse. Your orders were to negotiate with them and persuade them that evacuating is the best option. Not to try and fix their defense grid. The current situation that Starfleet is in with the relief efforts in the Klingon Civil War is stressful enough without you adding to the pile.
Respectfully, sir, I thought dealing with problems piled on you was your job. Vanna, I'm not going to ask your permission to speak freely, because we both know that no matter what you say, I'm going to do it anyway. So, Admiral Tanner, permission to speak freely.
Go on.
The second I was given the order to try and evacuate Nimbra V, I knew it wouldn't work. I knew it would be much more trouble than it's worth. So I started brainstorming, and came to the conclusion that helping them fix that damned defense grid would be a much nicer and simpler job for all concerned. Short answer is, I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm doing this, and if that means giving me a reprimand on my permanent record, then so be it.
Thank you for the update, Michael. We'll speak soon. Starfleet out.
Remind me again why Quinn let you promote him to captain, and why he agreed to let you give him those privileges he has.
Because, Richard, he's a good man, and a good officer, and I put my career on the line because that's how much I believe in him. And I think we need officers that work outside regulations sometimes.
Yeah. Well, when I was in the lower ranks, that sort of behavior would have gotten me demoted, relieved of duty, or worse, suspended. Whether my commanding officer put their career on the line or not. Good day.
Fucking hell.
Vico?
Yes, Unar?
You have the bridge. I'm going to talk with the captain.
Understood.
Come. Coffee. Colombian. Double strong, double sweet.
You okay?
I guess you heard my little outburst.
No, not really. The not-so-soundproof walls pretty much drowned it out. What happened?
I got a call from Starfleet. They wanted a report on the mission.
And you gave them one?
Yep.
And they weren't happy?
Nope. Am I a good captain?
What?
Am I a good captain?
Yes, you're a great captain. And that's not me being biased. Why do you even need to ask?
It's just... I know that Vanna gave me the command privileges I have for a reason. And I know she put her career on the line for those privileges because she believes in me that much. I also know there are admirals that don't agree with it, but I expect it. It doesn't bother me. But sometimes, Tanner makes me think if what I'm doing is right.
What's the difference between Vannacha and Tanner that makes him not agree with it?
Well, I mean, for starters, me and Vanna have history. I served as her first officer for 5 years on board the Carter, and as I was her number 1, I never had to report to or deal with Tanner. I've only started talking to him since I became captain. And secondly, Tanner is the opposite of me.
In what way?
Tanner is known for being one of those highly decorated Starfleet officers that always followed orders and does what was expected of him. A teacher's pet sort of thing.
Teacher's pet?
You haven't heard of that name before?
No, I don't think so.
Crikey. Well, a teacher's pet is what you'd call someone who, in short terms, is always in the teacher's good books. You do know what a teacher is, right?
That I do know.
Oh, good, thank God. The long version of the teacher's pet is the student that always behaves in class, never shouts out, or anything like that, always gets work assignments in on time, and never gets into any trouble at all. But, back to my point. I'm the opposite of Tanner. That's not to say that all the admirals hate me, and that I'm at risk of losing my career. It's just that I've always had the mindset that sometimes, in order to do my job to its fullest, some rules have to be either bent or broken. I aim for bent, as you know, but it doesn't always go that way.
I'm aware.
A bit of backstory. If it wasn't for Admiral Quinn, Tanner would be Fleet Admiral, and if it was up to him, I wouldn't be your captain, because I would never have reached that rank. Long story short, he hates me, and because of that, I hate him.
Well, it doesn't matter what Tanner says, even if he's an admiral. You know why? Because not only do you have Admiral Vannacha and Captain Carver that would say otherwise, you also have a crew who admire you and would fight for you.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Jesus. Where the fuck would I be without you?
You're welcome.
Bridge to Hunter? Sir, the interceptor is entering the system.
On my way.
The interceptor is hailing us.
On screen.
USS Morningstar, I am Captain Patel of the Interceptor. It is good to finally meet you.
Good to see you too, Captain. Glad you could make it.
Captain, I'm not overly sure what the situation is here. Permission to transport over for a briefing.
By all means, we'll see you on board. Morningstar out. Hey, Una, come here. Do you want to sit this one out?
No, I'll be fine.
You sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Look, sooner or later, I'm going to have to deal with the fact that there are Vulcans who won't accept me for who I am. Might as well start now.
Alright then. Captain's log supplemental. Captain Patel of the USS Interceptor has just arrived and I'm about to brief her on the current situation. But I'm concerned about Una and how Patel will react to her. And then, in simple terms, I told Tanner to suck an egg. Obviously, I didn't use those words, although unprofessional words were used.
Why am I not surprised? But I am surprised about Admiral Tanner. This course of action you've taken is a much better option, and I don't see how changing transport plans massively impacts the relief efforts. Well, no matter what happens, Captain, you'll always have the support of myself and my crew. You are highly admired on board the Interceptor, and if there's anything we can do to help you, we will be more than happy to help.
Thank you, Captain. That means a lot.
You're welcome. So may I have a look at this energy core the commander here found?
By all means, this way.
Okay, just a few more tweaks, and then we should be good. Oh, thank you.
Excuse me, this is a restricted area. I need you to leave now. Sir, I said this is a restricted area. You need to leave. Hey, are you listening to me? Sir, please put down the gun.
Hey there, there's no need to hurt anyone. We're not
Commander,
here to...
if you could leave this to me, please. I can handle this.
With respect, I'm trying to be diplomatic and peaceful, and I'm not the one pointing the gun or raising my voice. Hey, you don't need to shoot anyone, just put the gun down. Okay?
I'm sorry, but I can't let you take the generator. You, in Power Country, stop what you are doing and get out.
I kinda can't right now, I'm in the middle.
Lieutenant, the man is a civilian and has a gun.
Okay, I'm out. Oh, I hope she knows about the double tap protocol.
Listen here, okay? We're not here to cause any trouble.
No, you listen here. We are not going to let you take the power from us. We've done nothing to you. We haven't harassed you or your government. Just leave us and the generator alone. What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just disabling my communicator, that's all. We weren't taking your power away, we were just borrowing some of it.
I'm sorry, but that's our power. Not yours.
Pal, do you know how much energy there is in there?
Why?
Because if you think we're stealing this, we aren't. This energy core has over 10 million kJ of energy inside it. It's got enough power for a fleet of 100 warships for 10 years. Even if we do take some, you'll still have enough power for your homes and everything for decades.
Ensign, could you pull up my data on the energy core?
Yes, Commander.
Oh my. That is incredible. That is truly amazing, Commander. Well done.
Thanks, Captain.
Captain, we're receiving an emergency signal from the planet.
What kind of signal?
The computer hasn't registered. It's something called double tap protocol? What the hell is that?
Where's it coming from?
It's coming from near the generator. It's Clementine's comm badge. It's the away team.
Get them out of there now!
Why should I trust you?
Because we're from Starfleet. I'm Commander Clementine Zakrill. I'm a scientist. And that is Lieutenant Micheal Stella. He's an engineer. And a very good one, at that. What's your name?
Forget it.
Do you want to get out of this unscathed or not?
Fine. Chief Gutat, Nimbra Security.
See? And seeing us two are from Starfleet and we're here to help the Nimbrans, they've agreed to cooperate in any way they can, meaning, in some situations, we have jurisdiction. Meaning, when I tell the chief here to lower her gun, she'll happily do it.
Fine.
See? We aren't here to hurt you or cause trouble.
Okay. I believe you.
If you want to, you can have a look at what we're doing.
Okay, sure.
Great. We should contact the Morningstar. Let them know what the situation is handled.
I'm on it.
There they are.
Are you guys okay?
Yes, we're fine. In fact, I was just about to contact you to let you know the situation was under control.
Oh. Oops. Bad timing, I guess. What happened down there?
Well, a local popped up, pointed a gun at us, and said that we were stealing their power. But after a bit of talking, we eventually got the guy to be calm and civil. But I don't think he was Nimbran.
Why not?
At one point, he referred to himself and the Nimbrans as if they were two different races.
Okay, I'll talk about it with the Overseer.
Who's this?
I am Captain Patel, from the USS Interceptor.
The Interceptor? Isn't that a Galaxy X-class dreadnought?
Okay, Lieutenant, you can ask the captain all about it later. In the meantime, I suppose you'll want to be transported back to the surface.
Would be nice. Yes.
Alright, Jason, transport him back.
Yes, sir. Energizing.
That's odd. You'd think that if there was someone using that generator, Donric would have told us.
Maybe the Overseer wasn't aware anyone was there?
Or maybe he was aware, but didn't know anyone was using the power core. Jason, contact Overseer Donric and put it through to my ready room.
Aye, sir.
Would you two like to join me?
I'll stay on the bridge, thanks.
Alright, Patel?
I shall accompany you to your ready room, Captain.
Okay, let's go.
This is bad. This doesn't look good.
What are you on about? Commander! Lieutenant! What happened? Where did you go?
We accidentally transported back to our ship. Well, I say accidentally. We sent out a distress call, but then we sorted the situation down here, and just as we were about to announce a false alarm, we were transported back.
Right, okay. Well, the good thing is, you're back.
Is there anything wrong?
Well, according to our civilian here, Demont, there is.
Demont, what's wrong?
Oh, you're back. Nice. Well, as I worked on this for maintenance before, while you were gone, I thought I had a look at your work and I discovered the problem.
What's the problem?
The amount of power going through here is going to be too much for the orbital grid to handle.
Well, if you look down there, you'll see that metal thing sticking out at the end. That is a Class 5 Starfleet Standard Issue PFC.
Standard issue what?
PFC.
The hell is that?
Plasma Flow Compensator. I'm installing them into these relay junctions. I have 2 more to install, and then it should minimize the power going through down to a safe level.
Damn, that's some pretty advanced tech. They wouldn't be up for grabs by any chance?
I'm afraid not, mate. As this planet isn't part of the Federation and its technology isn't as advanced as ours, it would be contamination.
Oh, what a shame.
I like your first officer, Captain. She's very good. Very smart.
So, you like her then?
Yes, of course. I just said that. She's a brilliant officer. I don't quite understand why you had to ask that. Okay, now I see.
Sorry if I was being rude. I've not worked with many Vulcans, and the ones that I have worked with have treated Uno horribly.
So you expect the worst of us?
As shitty and judgmental as it sounds, yes. I'm sorry. It's just I know how some Vulcans react to her, and the thought of them getting in her way and just being plain disrespectful just really fucks me off.
I understand. And no, you weren't being rude, but I did sense your fears, and that also showed how affectionate you were towards her. To me, Commander, Unor is a very competent and brilliant officer. I admire her greatly.
Good to hear.
Renel to Captain Hunter. I have Overseer Donric on comms. Patching through to you now.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
Captain, I heard you wanted to speak to me?
Yes, we did. Are you busy?
Not at the moment. I have about 5 minutes. What did you want?
Well, Overseer, we've just got one question for you.
Alright, just need to latch this last compensator and then we should be finished. Oh, come on, you little fucker. Come on. Come on. That's it. Yes. There we go. The last compensator's been installed. Now I just have to check to see if the PFCs are doing their job. Okay, OGC power flow is at 35%, and the flow from the core is 35%? Yes!
I assume by your display of enjoyment that you've finished.
Oh yes, that I am, Commander.
In that case, we'll clean up here, then contact the Morningstar.
Morningstar to away team.
Speaking of, Commander Zakrill here.
Commander, we're currently on call with the Overseer, and he wants to talk with the civilian he found. Transport back and we'll talk on board.
Understood, sir. We just need to clean up here and then we'll be right up. Clementine out.
Ah, here they are. Overseer, this is the civilian. His name is Demott.
Hello. It's nice to meet you, Demott.
Who do you do, Overseer?
Demott, I want you to know that we have no qualms with your people. Ever since you went your own way, we've had no knowledge of where you were or how you were doing. Therefore, I want you to know that we weren't trying to take your power away. I let these people use the energy core because I didn't think anyone was using it. I'm sorry.
Apology accepted. I understand. So, is it true then? Is Nimbra V really at risk of destruction?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Not that I don't have faith in you, Captain. I do. I'd like to hear it from the Overseer, please.
Yes. Damn it, that is a possibility, but the Captain is doing everything he can to help in other ways.
Yes, indeed. And on that subject, Micheal, could you report on your progress, please?
Yes, Captain. The energy core has been modified to power the grid. The only thing that's left to do is to get the replacement parts onto OGC and start upgrading it.
How long will that take?
Shouldn't be more than 2 days, give or take 10 hours.
Good. I assume, Patel, that your offer of assistance is still up?
Of course, Captain.
In that case, Lieutenant Stella, you're in charge of this operation starting tomorrow at 0800. Captain, Overseer, see to it that all repair crews working on this report to the Lieutenant and do as he says. That clear?
Completely.
Yes, Captain.
Right then. Get to it.